we have got the biggest and the best team assembled on Grand Final Day. As you'd expect, the man regarded as the greatest player in the history of the game, Wayne Carey, is with us. Welcome, Duck.
Yeah, g'day, Dars. Hard not to get excited, isn't it? Grand Final. We've got two healthy teams, so really looking forward to this one.
Chris Judd, couple of Brownlows, premiership medals, got a trophy cabinet full of everything you'd want to achieve in the game. Welcome to you, Juddy.
Thank you, Duke. Very excited about tonight. I think we've got the two best teams, plenty of subplots, and going to be a ripper.
All-Australian, a man regarded by himself as the best player for 10 games back in the early 2000s. Nate Brown joins us. Welcome to you, Nate.
It was a big 10 games, Duke, I'll tell you that. But the Tigers and the Cats probably played the best footy of anybody this year. Probably weren't the best sides, did it? I thought Brisbane and Port were, but probably played the best footy of anyone in patches.
James Brayshaw ready to call this one to shreds. The true man into his 18th grand final here on Triple M. He's a two-time day, two-time night premiership statistician as well, Duck, with the club that you made your famous name with. We've got all coming up. It's a historic situation, as we said. First night grand final. All-Australian lineup for the pre-game entertainment. Andrew Stockdale from Wolfmother on the stage at the moment, backed by the Queensland Symphony Orchestra. We'll bring you some of that as the evening unfolds, but one man who will be very, very excited, maybe a touch nervous. He had a big day already, Bill. I'm told he was in all-time form for the Saturday rub today.
He was brilliant today, but I reckon some of those nerves might be put off a little bit by what he's consuming.
We speak of the great William Brownless, who joins us. Big Bill, how are you, mate?
G'day, Duke, and looking forward to this. Who are these bands? I've got no idea. Any of these bloody bands out there, who are they?
That'll be Wolfmother on stage. You're going to hear from the DMAs, Shepherd, up-and-coming Australian bands, Bill. It's an exciting thing to have happen.
Yeah. Hey, how's Brian? Has anyone seen or heard of Brian?
Jeez, I'm told you flattened Brian right off. I haven't heard it, but there was a walk-off, Juddy, in the Saturday rub.
It felt like bullying to me, Duke, and just felt like there will be a complaint coming from Brian, and to be honest, Duck, I think it would be justified.
Well, it was Bill. It was Bill.
That's right.
Bill did it.
Boys, if you give it, you got to take it, don't you? Is that one of the great Australian truisms? One of the great Australian truisms.
And you've taken your fair share over the year, Bill, it's fair to say. So you dished out a little bit, and Brian's thrown the toys right out of the cot. Is that what's happened?
Exactly right. Mate, everyone calls me fat. And that's probably true.
No, it's not probably true.
Oh, Jimmy's there, is he? Oh, Jimmy boy, just sitting back doing nothing.
10 kilos just between leaving the rub and now.
I'll tell you what, I'm into him about my 7th Carlton draft. It's mother's milk. Oh. I'm sitting there with a Geelong beanie on, my scarf, and the pubs are just starting to fill up because you have two sessions. You have the Cox Plate session. We're just getting them out, and a couple of girls... lunch didn't agree with them, I don't think. But anyway, we got rid of them. And then we've just got everyone coming in now with their scarves, their Geelong jumpers. 2 people come in with Richmond jumpers, and we said, sorry, you can't get in. And we're ready to go. It is fantastic.
Narrowhead, any of the old boys? Of course, Narrow's boy Sam playing in the game. Any of the old campaigners filing in?
Well, no, poor old Narrow's in Ballarat, mate, so we haven't seen him. Barron's is coming into Barrystone and coming in tomorrow. Right. But I got Matty Stokes.
Stoker.
The old Stoker, and he comes in with Brad Ottens, who, interesting bloke, Brad Ottens, one of the great players of all times, but he owns a house on Bowen Heads Road. He does nothing. He sits out on his veranda at Bowen Heads Road and watches the cars go past. That's all he does.
As well as being in possession, Nath, of one of the most extraordinarily large
heads
of any human alive.
And for those who weren't quite aware, Narrowhead, that would be Sam Simpson's father.
Sean.
Well, speaking of the halftime entertainment at the moment, did you see Bill last night doing Angry Anderson out of the Batmobile and not being able to remember one word of it?
No, I knew 3 words. Bound for glory.
All right, Bill, sounds like you're in fine form down there. We appreciate you dropping by, and we'll look forward to maybe catching up with you at half-time if you're around and you're still able to string a few sentences together, Bill.
I'm just about to get on the CC and dry, just for a couple, just to get me going, and then back on the froth.
I strongly suggest, Duke, this is the very last we see of Bill. He's in no fit state.
Yes, we've just been sending a photo through of Bill getting that up at Triple N Footy. Thanks to Bill Brownless.
The biggest ex-footballer nuffy
Bill
in the game.
Number 1?
Yep, number 1.
It's hard to argue with that, I would have thought, Duck.
No, I agree with that.
Hey, let's get down to ground level. Tommy Brown is going to join us right across the evening here on this night grand final at the Gabba. He's been based on the Gold Coast for the entire AFL season. Tommy, any news that we need to hear from? On you, Tommy? Nice start from you, Tommy. We'll get back to Tommy Brown shortly.
Tommy.
Just asleep at the wheel there,
Fine
Tommy.
news day, Duke. Must have been.
Must have been much going on.
Were you a wolf mother man, Nath, back in the day?
I was, Jim. A very
You
big
do
wolf
like
mother
your
man.
grungy
I've been keeping an eye on that. I thought he did a great job.
Did you?
He's the only one I've known so far.
Yeah,
It was a rare crew.
Good to see that. Good to see that the Yaks have gone on. Damo this morning was all doom and gloomy. He had the grand final being cancelled today.
He did too.
He's like, there's going to be an electrical storm and there's a chance it could be cancelled. He just straight to the negative.
He kept pulling the reason that he'd lived there for 10 weeks. That he was an authority on electrical storms in Brisbane. He'd lived there early on in his life. And no one else could have an opinion on the electrical storms in Queensland.
Very easily scared, Damo.
Given what we've gone through this year, and he wants to bring an electrical storm to stop the grand final.
He also MC'd a function. Like, seriously.
Damo's doing MC
Imagine
work.
if you paid your good money, you pile into the gather, you're sitting there going, I'm ready for a rocking afternoon function, and you look up and there's Purple running.
Well, that's a part of why BT got upset, because BT tried to undercut him.
He did. Tried to slip him.
So Damo got the gig. BT said, "I'll do it cheaper."
Yes. And then they said, "No, we want Damo."
That can't be true. That cannot be true.
That
I understand
Brisbane
why he stormed off after that.
He was flattened early by that. And
We
then
had the
Bill-
main channel issues too, JB, I believe.
He wasn't on the main channel.
Might have
Some
tried to
past 7 channel.
He wanted more airtime.
Might have tried to undercut you once, Jim.
He did. He did.
Just looking at some serious work going into the Achilles tendon of a player there for the Tigers.
Bashir
Hooley, I believe, who's getting that worked over. Now, that doesn't look like something that's a regular occurrence, that, Juddy. Is our medical expert on the panel today. What do you make of that Achilles work?
Yeah, it's a worry, Duke. It's something I'll be looking at. It looks like a heat type of cream, Duke, on the outer gastric. I would have thought the gastric nemus, and we'll be watching that closely as the game goes on.
You might have caught up on this, but he bumped Dr. Rowan White and said, "I'll take care of the medical."
I ran into him yesterday. Actually.
Rowan White, did you?
Rowan White, really? Yeah, just near the bot. Just near the bot. He's just out.
Still licking his wounds after
No, I
Juddy's
believe
just
so.
shoved him off.
Some people aren't comfortable veering into medical territory,
Yeah.
JB, but I'm not one of them. I'm happy to put my hand up, and as a self-taught expert, I think the listeners appreciate that.
Well, the great Spud Frawley, of course, spoke for 25 minutes at a 500-strong room
It's true.
as a doctor.
He had doctor on his name badge, didn't he? And didn't think to correct anyone that was the case.